Britain's leading banks will be broken up unless they follow new rules ring-fencing their high street businesses from their high-risk investment operations. The Chancellor has warned them today. George Osborne promised to electrify the fence, saying that the taxpayer should never have to bail out the banks again. But will his reforms prevent the kind of behaviour that set off the financial crisis in the first place? Here's our business correspondent, Sarah Smith.
John. For years, the government's been trying to work out what to do with big financial institutions which do both risky investment banking and retail banking, where we deposit our money and borrow our mortgages from. We already knew the banks would have to split these functions and ring-fence off the retail arm so that our money is protected from any financial shocks that might hit the investment bank. Well, today the Chancellor tried to make this fence sound a bit more fierce and rather more exciting by saying he's going to electrify it. And he means any banks that are found trying to climb over the fence or burrow under the fence could be broken apart.
If a bank flouts the rules, the regulator and the Treasury will have the power to break it up altogether. Full separation, not just a ring fence. We're not going to repeat the mistakes of the past.
So will this prevent another financial crisis? Will it mean that if there is another crash, taxpayers won't have to pick up the bill? Well, remember all those people queuing outside Northern Rock branches, worried they were about to lose all their money? Well, Northern Rock did not have an investment arm. While Lehman Brothers, the American investment bank whose collapse triggered global panic, they didn't have any retail functions. But of course, there's RBS, a retail bank who needed £45 billion worth of taxpayers' money because of problems in their investment arm. And RBS's problems are not over yet. We're going to hear in the next couple of days just how many hundreds of millions of pounds they're going to be fined for manipulating key interbank interest rates. The headlines will be all about banks behaving badly yet again. So Osborne's trying to show whose side he's on by insisting those huge fines must come from the money set aside to pay bankers' bonuses.
Any UK fine will benefit the public. And when it comes to RBS, I'm clear that the bill for any US fine related to this investigation should on this occasion be paid for by the bankers and not by the taxpayer.
The Chancellor also wants to make it easier for far more banks to open on the high street, where there currently isn't that much choice about where to put your money. To encourage new banks to compete for your custom, the government will help them all to link into the pipelines that allow money to flow around the system. And that will make it easier and quicker to move your account from one bank to another.
People are very angry. They're angry about all the banking scandals. They're not sure what's happening with their money. And a YouGov poll done showed that 14 million people would move their money if it was quicker for them to do so. So this announcement's really important.
The big banks will play along with letting smaller rivals into the market. But they are furious about electrifying the ring fence. While their fiercest critics don't think even the threat of 240 volts will stop the banks from taking dangerous risks.